Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Block Bull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now, today we're going to take an exclusive look into the charts because the last 2, 3, 4 videos we've been having a look at the sort of bricks, sort of pay and bricks clear at the Brick Summit. We've also taken a look at Swift as well. Swift amalgamates over 11,000 banks as well. So we discussed how XDC is using, Swift GPI, should I say, is actually built upon XDC, and we looked at Bricks Pay, Bricks Clear as well. The Bricks unit token, which is going to be basically 40% gold, and then the other 60% is going to be DLT. And then we kind of went down the rabbit hole with sort of R3 Corda and who they are using as a settlement token. In my view, it's pretty clear that R3 Corda is using XDC, in my opinion. Yet it's very difficult to do the research because there's been a lot of sort of research from the previous cycle that has been suppressed and censored, in my opinion. Very, very difficult. But if you know the accounts to follow, you can get the bag. I'm not going to give any names away just yet because obviously he's taking it all down for a reason. But yes, I have got a strong source. However, let's get into it now. We're over on X. Let's go over to the Bitcoin as well because all the talk of the town is Bitcoin as it is going into the all-time high. Again, I've got lines with markers as opposed to the candlesticks. I feel like they're a little bit easier to follow in my opinion. You can see inception here from 2011. So 13 years. And then obviously we got the peak here, which was set in November 2013. Again, you got the 17-18 cycle there. And that peaked out. That actually went through the blue line. And again, you've got this sort of double top here. That's the 2021's high. So what I'm trying to get at, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that Bitcoin likes to visit this supply and demand zone, which this diagonal trend line is highlighting here. So I've actually marked out the top of Bitcoin here, which in my estimations is going to be sometime around September, October. The fractal is and can be altered. So again, the more sort of data that we actually get from the market, for example, as a month go along, we can actually adjust this sort of fractal. This fractal might be invalidated at some point, who knows? But for me, it's just a sort of clear guide for now to see how we're going. So far, so good in impulse 1 of 5. So wave 1, we're still in impulse 1. It looks like we're going to be taking out the all-time highs for Bitcoin. So I believe we're just shy. It looks like as if we got up to about 73.5k. And I believe the all-time high, which was set, let's just have a look at the candlestick patterns. Looks as if the high was here back in March of 24, which was around 73,794 by the looks of it. So it was literally $400 or $500 away from breaking all-time highs. However, I do expect Bitcoin to get a strong close over the next couple of days. Strong monthly close, strong weekly close. We'll take all-time highs before correction, in my view. After the US elections, once we do make that correction into wave 2, that's when I believe altcoin market will really get going now, because you can see altcoin market, you can almost sense it amongst the sort of X community as well, because that's obviously where everyone is over on crypto. If you're not already following, make sure to give us a subscribe, follow on X. Keep up to date with the charts, etc., because you're going to need an exit strategy as well, guys. I have got the XRP plan, and I've also got the XDC plan over here as well. So that give you like specific dates and targets throughout this super cycle. Make sure to not be left holding the bag, because the last thing you want to do is lose 90% of your money, guys. So you want to remain rich. Do you know what I mean? So there we go with Bitcoin anyway. Bitcoin is well on track, obviously leading the market. Let's take a look at Ethereum, because that's how usual sort of super... not super cycles, but cycles in general, the 4-year cycle theory. You get a Bitcoin, and then you get Ethereum, and then you get the large alt caps, and then you get the sort of mid and sort of speculative coins going. I know meme coins tend to run the market as well, especially with Elon Musk sort of endorsing and having that affiliation with Dogecoin as well ahead of the US elections. Obviously, he's supporting Donald Trump Jr. going into the US elections next week. So this is where we are with Ethereum now. So again, I've just got these sort of parallel channels just as a rough sort of guide here. So again, if we expect sort of the markets to play out till maybe September, October, maybe the same as Bitcoin, for example, you can see where Ethereum can get here. Say we're going to go around October anyway, just for argument's sake. So it looks about a 16x, and we can get up to around that $45,000 mark, in my opinion, for Ethereum, because we are going into a super cycle, ladies and gentlemen. That is a higher target than what the say fibs would be portraying. Fibs are portraying around 17,000 US dollars. So yeah, I would be looking at taking partial profits, maybe. Make sure we're locking in unrealized gains along this market. However, let's get to some more exciting coins. Let's just filter these through, see who's doing well. Casper is on the bounce. Link's in the green. Gala is also in the green. Let's take a look at Gala as well, because we've got a big bet on Gala to actually run up around the US election time, and then up until the end of the year, where we do expect to rotate profits into XDC, XRP. I do believe Gala will outperform both of those coins. So depending on which coin moves the least, that's the coin that I will choose to rotate. So whether it be XRP, XDC, I don't care. I will be looking at getting into one of those. So, for example, this fractal here, and I do expect this sort of fractal to play out up until like sort of January. Where are we now? I've just been messing around with this, so I can delete that. That's fine. Now, I'll be looking at somewhere around there where these sort of green dash lines converge. I'd be looking at hitting that, and that again marks out perfectly. Let's just move this order block here, because I'm going to borrow this yellow line here. Let's just readjust that. So this is the all-time high on the weekly. So this is what the sort of price will spike through. So we will set a new all-time high, whether it be like the first week of January. I will already be in XRP and XDC at that point. So I'll probably be looking to get out around the 20th of December. So I'm hoping for about a 50 cent, anywhere between 50, 60 cent Gala. I will be more than happy. So that's about a 25, 30x. It is going to do about 45x. However, I don't think we're going to be able to capture that 45x in time for the rotation, guys. So again, just make sure you're subscribed and following the channel, and then I can keep you up to date with that particular trade. So that is Gala still looking really well. Again, US elections next week. That's when I expect us to really get going. So that's Gala. Let's take a look at XDC before we get on to XRP. Okay, so this is how we're playing out now. We marked the all-time high. We're coming through here nicely. You could alter this slightly. Again, we're coming through the bottoms here. Let's just see if there's any wicks on the candles. No real wicks here, but you can see where the markers are here. You could mark this up a little bit more higher. There we go. So something like this. And then we've got this sort of first shelf here. So this is where the supply and demand area is. Approximately 250% move away for the sort of first XDC interim target, which was set back here in July, end of July of 23. So yeah, way over a year now before we've actually been anywhere near sort of 10-cent region. And then we've got that final sort of all-time high before we do go into price discovery. And again, we will be looking at some significant figures for XDC. Again, we've got the plan. All the targets are laid out in there. How I believe XDC will move, and the targets as always. So there we have it there with XDC. Let's move on to XRP. Let's have a look. We'll have a quick look at Velo as well after XRP as well. What I'm going to do is just filter through the symbol. It's so much easier to locate if I do that. Now let's take a look, see if we can actually rejig XRP. So it's been a while since I've actually played with the chart here. Now, in my opinion, let's take this high back here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be really aggressive, and we're actually going to try and take some of these lows here. I'm just going to put it on the candle, see where we are. So I'm going to be quite aggressive with this. So you can see here, that's funny that how this sort of convergence, when I'm really aggressive catching all these lows here, you can see how the price is bouncing and grinding off this sort of blue trend line as acting as support. Now, we've fallen through here. So, in my view, you could ultimately say that XRP converges and the tip of the iceberg is literally bang on week commencing of the US elections. I know the elections are on the 5th of November. This is stipulating the Monday. Again, we are on the weekly time frame, so it will have to fall on a Monday. Just to give you guys an example, look, when I moved that, if you look at the cursor, Monday 4th, 11th of November. So, just to get that out there, guys. So yeah, that's the sort of convergence now. But ultimately, US election, I do believe a lot of altcoins are going to pop. Now, whether or not XRP is going to be included, in that sort of break. Who knows? But again, I don't expect the official breakout up until 36 weeks after the Bitcoin halving, where this sort of vertical orange Bitcoin halving line is. So you can see where we've done before. However, you can see in this previous cycle, we did get an explosive move to the upside before ultimate correction. So what I'm going to do, guys, just for a purpose here. So we actually got a sort of 230% move before a correction. So let's just see if that could play out potentially from these sort of prices here. So you could see, God, if XRP did a similar move, that would be nice. That would be nice after US elections, because look at where this coincides with now. So if I just do a horizontal line, and what I'm doing is just measuring 230 up here, and I'll drag it right across. That takes out those weekly highs. That'll take out the weekly highs of this previous cycle here. Let me just move it up a bit so it's pretty much perfect in line. Don't forget, guys, we've still got another, I think it's about another 5-6 days, is it, till the US elections? So that would be a perfect move, that almost. So if we did it like a similar move, sort of 230 up to about 167, that would take out all the liquidity, and then we can dump. So I have put pump and dump scenarios out before. So this could be the pump and dump scenario where we do pump literally within a couple of weeks, and then we dump. Again, I won't be in XR. Well, I am in XRP, but like I said, I'm riding other sort of coins like Gala, Velo, got a bit in Dodge. I've also just picked up some Veracity VRA, so that's also good. So I've got like 3 or 4 coins that can really move US elections up until the end of the year. Again, if XRP, I'm not worried about XRP running away, because even if we do get this 230% impulse, I do still expect the correction. However, we are in different times now, because we was trading in the wedge here. We are in similar times, I believe, just because we're at the tip of this symmetrical triangle here. So you can see in this cycle, this super cycle, in my view, over 60,000%, we didn't get that breakout to the upside and then correct. That didn't happen. So again, in my view, it's 50-50 whether or not XRP does that pump and dump. If it doesn't, that's fine. Like I said, I have got altcoins that I believe will outperform XRP in the interim. And then, like I say, even if they get 230% increase, I still expect us to correct here, because I could drag these lines up until, let me just try to be as accurate as possible. I'm going to say first week in January, because that's when the 36 bars is here. So we could do the sort of convergence here. So something like that, pump, dump, get back into XRP around this sort of mark here, around the sort of 52-53 cent area where we're currently trading. We could maybe wick a little bit lower with XRP, take a lot of long positions out, because a lot of people will be leveraging, I assume, after the sort of 36 weeks, because, you know, the only way is up ultimately. So yeah, XRP is looking very, very good in my opinion. So we'll wrap up the video with a quick video from, well, not video, coverage from Velo. So Velo looking nice. You can see this sort of descending parallel channel coming down here perfectly. I'll put them lines with markers as well. You can see how we catch these lows beautifully, grinding down, break down, ultimately setting the low here. Then we've got a spike to the upside, which is now creating this sort of, I don't know what you want to call it, some sort of ascending wedge, maybe. Who knows? Again, we're not going to get right to the tip here. So I do believe there's suppression. There's a lot of pressure building here from this high here, which was the sort of impulse coming out of the all-time low for Velo here. So this is what's created this sort of blue trend line here coming up into this order block. So you can see the yellow horizontal line now is converging around the in the first couple of weeks of November. I would say the latest week commencing 18th of November, 25th of November, before Velo does make a move. Again, I do expect Velo to make moves sooner. And then that is a sort of first supply and demand zone around sort of 3.3 to around near enough 5 cents. So that'll be a nice sort of cushy sort of supply and demand area. And that again will be a significant return from current price. Let's just measure up now. So even to the lower end of that supply zone, we're talking about 170 all the way up to about 270%. So a decent move that I would expect a measured move here for Velo. So a measured move from current price action. Again, what we do is we usually take the bottoms up until the high. So what we do is get current price action, and you can see here I'm marking that 50% way onto that previous high. And then what we do is we measure up again. So that's like a full measure move in my opinion. So that would be nice around just shy of 4.5 cents. That would be a really good sort of. I don't know if anyone's taking profit before the end of the cycle. Well, I know I'm not up until I've got those sort of interim targets which are laid out in the XDC XRP plan. Link below in the description if you guys need one. But yeah, that's the charts for today. I'll keep you updated. Make sure you have a great Halloween tomorrow, and hopefully I do see you in the video tomorrow, guys. Anyway, Blockbull over and out.